This program was brought to you by Organo Gold. Organo Gold is a health and wellness company that provides healthy coffees, teas, and chocolate. All one has to do is consume the available products to get all the available benefits. One can also share these products with others to help them improve their health as well. For more information, call 703-359-5642 or visit the website basilelemba.com.
And now, FAIRFAX Breakfast Club with your host, Basile Lemba.
Welcome to the FAIRFAX Breakfast Club show. My name is Basile Lemba and I will be your host. The FAIRFAX Breakfast Club is a weekly program in which we bring to you valuable and workable know-how you can use to improve your skills in networking and grow your business. We always start the show with a quote, and today's quote is, "If I was a woman, I would be dressed in the same thing for a month and just change my hat and gloves. Maybe my shoes too." Yes, I see what you mean, but really, it's jewels that change an outfit. That is for Manolo Blanning. With us today in the studio, we have people who are very much in the field of jewels, or maybe a person and her mother. The person I'm talking about is Gabrielle, and her mother is Marcella. Hello.
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 How are you?
Good.
Very good, very good. So, tell us about your jewels business. The name of it to begin with.
My business is Jewels of Jordan,
Okay.
and I create high-quality jewelry for women and girls, elegant jewelry and classy jewelry for women and girls.
Okay.
And I use natural stones and freshwater pearls to just give an elegant look to the modern woman and girl.
Okay. The modern woman and girl. What about the traditional?
I mean,
I'm just kidding. Okay, good. Tell us, how do you create the jewelry? What is the process you go through?
when I create jewelry, when it's like a new design, I never really draw out the ideas. I just kind of put together jewels, or I have an idea. And as soon as I have like an idea, I start putting together the stuff that I have, using the materials that I have, and start beading. And I really like the process of creating a new piece, because some things may go wrong, and then you have to try something else and try something else. And I really don't mind that, because everything that I try, it makes me think of something else to do with it. And I just feel that it sparks more creativity as I go through making jewelry all the time.
Okay. Now, there's not a lot of people who has a business at your age.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, in my family, on my mom's side, I'm 6th generation entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then also my dad also has a business, but I was very inspired by all the entrepreneurship in my family, and I kind of wanted to get started on one of my own. And my family and my mom and my dad, they asked me if I wanted to do a business, because as I was going through, when I was younger, I still do now, but I was going on YouTube and seeing how to make pieces of jewelry, seeing different designs. I would go in magazines and just learn from them. And my parents saw how much I enjoyed it and how much I enjoyed jewelry. And even I would take my grandmother and my mother's old broken pieces and turn them into new pieces. So my parents really realized what was going on, and so they asked me if I wanted to have a business of my own, and I said yes. And so we just continued to grow it. And that was, I started actually making jewelry at 7, but the business actually started at 9.
Okay. How old are you now, if I may ask?
13.
13.
Yeah.
So you are an old entrepreneur?
And I'm not old at all,
no. Just teasing, folks, I'm just kidding. Okay, she's not old. So how do you sell your jewelry? How do you get the jewelry out there?
Most of the time when I sell, I will go to different like events,
Okay.
And I'd set up a booth, and I also sell off on my website.
Okay, very good.
But I'm trying to get into maybe boutiques or stores, so I can be able to have a location for people to go and buy from, instead of having to wait for me to sell at a show, or having to pay the online
Gotcha.
fee and everything like
Yeah,
that. So yeah, that's how we mostly do it. But for right now, the most money I usually get from the selling from shows, but I want to be able to have many markets for selling my jewelry.
Any plan you want to talk about along those lines?
Well, the plan, that was the one where I wanted to sell in different stores and things. That was the plan for getting to different markets.
So you'll be bringing them into some other existing store?
Yes.
You would not necessarily be carrying your own store, is that what I'm hearing?
I never really wanted to be in my own store, exactly, yeah. I mean, my mentor, she has her own store, and I was thinking about it, but I don't know, of course at this age it would be very difficult to manage a store because, you know, schoolwork and everything like that. But I'm thinking about it when I get older, I may have my own store, but as the market gets better and everything. But now I'm just thinking getting my jewelry for other people to carry.
It makes sense. It's probably much more workable to have several distribution points,
Right.
as opposed to you trying to have stores all over the
Right.
place at this stage of the game.
All that.
Yeah.
It's not probably the best approach all the time.
Right, especially at this age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the age. What do you consider the biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge, I'd probably think maybe time, or you know, just being disciplined to continue. Time management and all that takes discipline, and
Sure,
and
definitely.
I'm just, you know, trying to adjust to all the business, and even though I've been in it for a couple of years, I still you know, still trying to get to the right place where I need to be to really manage the business. And as I get older, I'm learning more to be able to manage the business more. So yeah, discipline, time management, but mostly just being able to manage my business by itself, being able to do most of the things that business owners do. And I'm just trying to learn how to do all these things so that I don't have to have the pressure, you know, on my mom to do a lot of the things that I should be able to do. So I'm learning how to do all the business aspects of everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you consider your biggest success?
I also have a book, but it's called The Making of a Young Entrepreneur. But I really feel that every time I hear somebody, they say how it impacted their lives, and seeing me as a young person doing great things with their lives, with my life, and when people tell me that, oh, you've inspired me, you inspired my child, that always, I feel like I've just gained another success by seeing that.
definitely, yes,
And that's really, I consider that my biggest success, by just seeing people be inspired by what I'm doing, because that's my whole goal.
Okay. So you mentioned your book. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, my book is called The Making of a Young Entrepreneur.
Okay.
And the book is about showing kids and as well as adults what the key aspects to becoming an entrepreneur, what it takes to, such as, you know, having the mindset for success, having a positive attitude, and a lot of different, my chapters, they stick on basic points of getting started in a business, and then at the end of the chapter, because it's for young entrepreneurs as well. So I have like activities, I guess, that basically help you to get started, and then I also have jewels to live by, which are key points that you should take from the chapter.
Okay. Very good. I hope they're going to sign a copy, so you can get quick, because you need some help. Now you're also a speaker.
Yes.
What else do you do?
Actually, those are my 3 for right now.
Okay.
Well, except for your filler.
philanthropic
So we got to find another one. Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Before the end of the show, we find something else.
But yes, I give a portion of my profits from my book to different charities like Smile Train and Children's Hospital. But not only that, I also I'm the youth ambassador for Tiger Lily, which is a group or a foundation that helps with women with breast cancer. Yes,
I heard about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Now, let's go to your mom and ask her to say a few words about all this discussion.
I'll jump in.
So I guess we're going to do a separate show. We know that as you being a parent. And the question here is, how do you help her with her business? If I may just touch, just keeping it to that specific arena.
Sure.
How do you work with her, I would say?
Well, I assist her. I think I would call my position her COO. She's the CEO, and I help. But of course, I'm better known as the momager.
The momager.
Yes.
Tell me more. I don't remember finding that in a dictionary. What is
Yes.
that?
It's basically a mother who manages her child's career. So you have entertainers who
gotcha. Okay,
their mothers are a lot of momagers in the entertainment field. This is the business version of it. And there are quite a few momagers out there dealing with young entrepreneurs. Because she is a child, and so I assist her with the areas of her business that she's not able to address necessarily, but always keeping her involved. At the end of the day, she is the decision maker. Whatever I'm doing, I have to take it to her and say, is this okay? So, I help her with the bookkeeping and some of the marketing, general marketing, and the communication with certain people, in certain contexts.
Okay.
Yeah. And just being a mom, making sure she stays grounded. That's my number one goal. Yes.
That's interesting. Now, you speak from time to time?
I do. I'm trying to get more into speaking, but I am a speaker.
Where is there a specific place, a specific subject you like speaking about?
When I speak, I mostly talk about young entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship. I talk about leadership and going after your dreams, what it takes to go after your dreams, as well as key concepts that must be involved when going after your goals. And I speak my book, and because my book really shares everything that I talk about, but I put it, when I speak, I usually speak to kids, so I put it more in even more simpler terms, because I'm one of those people that are really straightforward, and I really enjoy speaking, so I make sure that kids really understand it, and if they have questions and things like that, I can easily address them right away.
But she's also, she spoke at TEDx, TED Talks earlier this year. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but she's had an opportunity called talk about making of a young entrepreneur. And various other opportunities she's had to speak in different organizations, to teachers, so she speaks to kids, but she also speaks to adults.
Right.
Do they listen?
Yes, they
Good.
do.
If they don't, let me know. Now, my other question I have, you go to school, what do you study in school?
Well, I'm homeschooled now.
Oh, okay.
So I've been in public school for most of my life, actually all my life, and I just got into homeschool this year.
Okay.
So, but I do all the basis of what I'm supposed to learn in regular school. But when I'm homeschooled, I have a better way of being able to do my business as well as homeschooled. So
gotcha.
I'm able to work on my business, because if I was in school as I was in like public school, I would be at school, and my mom would have to do a lot of the work that I should be doing.
If nothing else, you save on traffic.
Right.
She really loves being homeschooled. I mean, that was her desire to come home, be more a part of her business, and It's being more focused.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's easy because you can much more arrange your schedule much more easily.
Yes.
Exactly.
Whereas over there, it's like you are into 9 to 5. And if somebody
Yeah.
you are 12, tough luck.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't getting the jewels because Mr. Simpson over here say I need to sit here.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can kind of like, I totally understand.
And a lot of the times I was being taken out of school because I'd have events and things like that, and I was missing a lot of schoolwork. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
understand.
so
yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
probably is that conflict, ongoing conflict.
Yes.
Once in a blue moon, but each and every time
Yes.
Right.
As her schedule.
can be challenging.
Yes,
Right.
and her schedule was just kind of picking up, but I was like, okay, we need to make a change here. Yeah.
That's great. And I
Yeah.
think that's important.
yeah.
And I'm sure that your business is doing much better that way.
Yes, I'm able to do a lot more in my business now, which is awesome. So that's what I really wanted to be able to do. So
Okay. So what are the future plans with your business? What do you see happening 5 years from now?
in 5 years,
What are you planning to take this to? And we mentioned about possibly maybe for having maybe your own store, but what are your plans?
really, I wanna. Because I'm a speaker, but I want to continue in speaking, and I want to become an international speaker. I had the opportunity to go to Africa in November, but we are rescheduling it for next year.
Okay.
So I'm almost there, but I'm just pushing myself to make sure I get to that goal.
Okay.
And I also want to. I'm already Amazon. I'm one of the Amazon #1 best-selling authors, but I want to become a New York Times best-selling author, and I definitely want to continue making more books because I've gotten a lot of great response from the one book that I've written, and I just want to continue writing more and inspiring more, and just also continuing with the jewelry. I've had a lot of great response because I make my jewelry by hand, but some of the pieces I definitely want to getting a bit of manufacturing, or have people work for me to help me make the jewelry because it's a lot of jewelry to make.
Imagine, yeah.
And so, most of the things that I want to do are the goals that I have are to expand the company. So, being able to get the manufacturing that I need will allow me to be able to go different places and to be able to sell in stores and sell in boutiques and things like that. So those are most of the plans the goals that I have for the upcoming 5 years.
Forget about gemology.
And that won't
5
be in
years.
5 years. But one of my goals is to become a gemologist. Which is a scientist.
You gotta explain that.
Oh yeah, which is it's a scientist that studies gems.
Okay.
And I'm planning on going to GIA, which is the Gemological Institution of America. There's many all around, but I want to go to the one in New York. And when I started the company, and even when I was just getting started in the company, I had the attraction to gems and shiny objects, and when I heard about gemology, I was automatically wanting to do that. So I was doing research on it, and I found GIA. So that's one of the schools that I want to go to, and I want to definitely become a gemologist.
I guess that would be like the Quran and the next level.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. And that helps sell as well. Because your gemstones. I use natural stones, so people know if people know that your gemstones. So it's like, oh wow, this girl is real.
Makes sense.
Right.
You're not just selling it, but you know it, you understand it.
Right. Exactly.
I guess it's also in a way, maybe in some way, will help you put together the jewelry in different way, give you another look to it as well.
Exactly. The education she'll get from there, she'll be able to incorporate in her designs.
Right.
Okay.
So that would be great.
So let me move to the next issue. What are the people that you admire the most in the line of what you're doing? I know your mother, definitely your mother.
Oh, right.
You told me that
Definitely.
before saying that to me. I got that.
Right.
Couldn't be other ones, right? What would be the other people that you might be looking up to?
A lot
that
of
could
the people,
help you or that help you or inspire you?
A lot of the people that I look up to specifically are like Fair Gray because he became a millionaire at 14, and my goal is to become a millionaire at 15. So he's definitely one person I look up to and trying to. And so I could reach my goal. Oprah Winfrey, of course, because she's just a really great example of an African American woman that can make it happen. So that's definitely one of my big role models. And I don't have exact names for a lot of the people that I look up to, but I know when I find people that are doing, and even if they're not doing big things right at the moment, I see that they're doing things to change the world and helping, and those are some of the other people that I look up to.
Makes sense. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's true. Some of them has a big name and known by anybody,
Right.
but it doesn't have to be the case.
Exactly.
And they can bring something to the table.
Exactly.
Whatever the social status, situation, position is. So
Exactly.
that's definitely understandable.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
Now, my next question to you is, who buy the most your jewelry?
Mostly women, and I've
We
narrowed
need to
down
educate
my.
men on this.
Oh yeah.
Catch up.
I've narrowed down my.
Hopeless. Hopeless situation.
But I've narrowed down my market to somewhat high-income women, maybe business women, professional business women, professional women that are looking for professional jewelry. And you know, when they're going to meetings and things like that, that's the kind of jewelry that I make. So those are the kind of people that I'm selling to. And so yeah, and yeah, I mean, that's mostly the people that I sell to, and those are mostly the people that buy my jewelry, and that's the kind of market that I'm looking for.
Okay.
And they appreciate your quality and your
Exactly.
jewelry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Yeah.
you know, like subtle, bold statements.
Yeah,
Not
that's-
overdone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I hope, did you send me some pictures of some of your jewelry?
I don't believe
No,
I
but
did.
we will.
But yeah,
Why don't you
we
send that
can.
to me, and then we're going to run them on the screen here as well, so people get the opportunity to see them
Yes. Yes.
while we're talking about them.
Right.
And
That's,
we're wearing some, so you know, good model. Good model.
so she's modeling already. She didn't say anything, okay? Okay, so now, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a brother, and he also has a company.
Oh, really?
Well, he's a blogger, so
Oh, okay.
he blogs movies and books and TV shows. So I actually started the business before he did, before he started his blogging business.
company.
But before he kind of wanted to be someone that just worked for a company, but I guess he kind of got onto the entrepreneurial bug in the family as well, and he
You
started
inspire him
his
a
own-
little bit?
I don't know if
Not too
I
much, just a
did,
little bit.
but
He won't admit, is that what I'm hearing?
You want a bit.
Okay, so now he has his own company.
right.
Okay.
He's always been such a great supporter of her. You know, that's one thing that's great. You have 2 kids, but he always supports her, you know. So that's always helpful.
Okay.
Like my family, my parents, they raised us because in the way so that we'll always be supportive, not like how we see on the TV shows. And then because their parents raised them, then their parents raised them like that. So it was just a generation of being raised the right way.
Fundamental. It's very clear. That's a whole other subject which we won't even get to, but I guess we'll check the next show. We'll see.
There you go.
Yes.
We're getting into that. Okay, now my question to you is, tell me, what is your schedule of the day? Now, of course, I understand it changes all the time. Give us a little bit your schedule of the day.
Well, of course, I have to do the work first. So I do, most of my work, and I'm usually done around 12. But if there are things that are going on between the time of school hours, I work my schedule around that. So my school schedule around that, and I do work my jewelry work or business work usually after the school. But if I have things that are going on, like if I have to work on a speech, or if there's an event throughout the time in the beginning, I'll do the event and then catch up on my schoolwork between that, and then go at the end of the day. I work on jewelry or work on anything else that I need to work on, and I feel that the schedule I have is pretty efficient, but I'm still working my way around it because we just got started really in homeschooling. So we're just really working our schedule around homeschooling and working our homeschooling around the schedule. But most of it is just adjusting to what's going on and whatever is scheduled to happen in the days. Like if there's a speaking engagement coming up, then I have to make sure I work on my speech, and I can't save it on to the end of the day. So I do the speech maybe in the beginning of the day because I work better in the morning, and then maybe in the middle of the day I'll do my schoolwork, and then at the end of the day I'll do jewelry. Right.
Folks, don't call her on December 6th. 2012, because she'll be exhibiting with us. Segue into telling you a bit about the expo we have coming up, and that will be on December 6th here in Fairfax at Schneider International from 9 to 2. We're going to have about 100 exhibitors there working on that, and 400 to 500 business people. So come on, and you get a chance to see her in person, and talk to her, and so you can know more and check out her jewelry, which naturally she'll bring there. One last word you'd like to leave with the audience.
I would really like to say that I would like to say that whenever you're going after like a goal or trying to start a business or anything of that manner, it's just important that you stay focused and passionate to whatever you're trying to achieve, and just even when you're feeling doubts, because I still get doubts I still get doubts even though I love the business. I just have to remember why I started the company and kind of work on what makes me what makes me passionate about this. Realizing what's passionate about it, and it picks me up every time. Hearing people saying, "Oh, you inspired my daughter to do this and that. You inspired my son to do this and that." That always picks me up. Okay. And that's really why I started, writing the book. That's why I started speaking, because I wanted to inspire, and that's what helps me pick me up. So when you're feeling kind of down, or you're feeling you're losing some of your drive, just find what and why you started your business and access that.
Okay, good folks. I guess you get pretty good idea. I must say it's first time we have such a young entrepreneur. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And I just want to remind you, we also have the breakfast event here in Fairfax. Next one is on November 14. We'd love to have you there. 3999 University Drive, right here in Fairfax. And of course, the expo on December 6th at Schneider International. We definitely want to have you there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Looking forward to talking to you next time. Bye-bye. Good night.
This program was brought to you by Organo Gold. Organo Gold is a health and wellness company that provides healthy coffees, teas, and chocolate. All one has to do is consume the available products to get all the available benefits. One can also share these products with others to help them improve their health as well. For more information, call 703-359-5642 or visit the website basilelemba.com.